Hi everyone, Victoria Cochrane here. So sorry I'm a bit late. Just had a client in my room and things are busy, which is great. So I do apologise if you've been waiting for me, but I'm here now. Another Wednesday. This is my last Wednesday for 2 weeks. I'm off on a cruise next week. Going to the Pacific Islands, which will be lovely, a nice break. So, but I'll be back online the week of the 8th. So I'll be back online on the 10th of July. So I hope you're all really well. And yesterday I advertised that today I was going to be talking about the Masters of Light and who they are. And sorry, I haven't got my stand set up. So I'm holding this at the moment. Because I was late, I just wanted to jump online. Hi Sarah, hi Deb. And make sure that you all knew that I'm here. So, hi Lorena, great to see you. So I'll just work out how to get myself set up so I don't jump around too much. And beautiful day here in Tasmania, absolutely gorgeous. Cold morning, but bright and sunny and really lovely. So I hope it's nice where you are. Hello Christine, thank you for joining me. So I've got my very technical stand of the Mountain Waters box to make sure that I am, oh sorry, perfect. Yeah, Tassie's awesome. Oh, it's lovely in Brisbane. That's great. Hi, Vicky. Great to see you too. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job here. Okay, so the Masters of Light and the Archangels all come from the upper fifth plane of existence, and they work for the greater good, and they are amazing healers and light workers for the planet. So archangels are masters as well. So we talk about the masters and we think of Saint Germain or Lord Melchizedek or Buddha or Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. They're all masters. But archangels are masters as well. And so when you work with a circle of masters, you will have a mix of archangels and masters. The difference between an archangel or an angel... Hi Beverly, great to see you. Oh yes, Rockmans I think. Very colourful, I love my colours. Archangels have not lived a life on earth, whereas masters have lived many lives on earth. There are only two exceptions to archangels, Metatron and Xenophon. They were brothers, and they have had a life on earth. But other than that, archangels are energy. They are omnipotent, so they can be in a million billion places all at the one time. And they are never too busy to help, never. A lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to bother the archangels with my trivial worries. Nonsense. That's what they're there for. But you need to ask them for help because we all have free will. So they just are like bursting to help, but you need to give permission. Hi Gina. Hi Mitchell. It's going well. Got a bit of a headache today, but apart from that I'm good. and pleased to be back on here with you all again. Metatron is incredible, Beverly. He is just so powerful. One of the very strong powerhouses of angels. Hi, evening, says Maria. Where are you, I wonder, because it's afternoon here. Oh no, I'll be fine. It's only a little bit. So the masters have lived many lives on earth and have lived different lifetimes as different people. So, for instance, the one I know the best is Saint Germain, who has had a lifetime as Christopher Columbus. He's also been Joseph, Jesus' father, and there are a couple of others. He's had significant lifetimes, and so most masters have lived many lifetimes. The Dalai Lama is a master, and he's come back as himself for several lifetimes, so that doesn't often happen. Hi Michelle. Yeah, the colours would have been unbelievable. Oh, that's great, Deb. Fantastic. Yeah, so I've lost my train of thought now. But yeah, the Dalai Lama is a master. There are lots of masters of light walking on the earth at this time in a human body. And they reincarnate to come back and help the earth. And literally, most babies born now are masters. So they're coming in droves because we're going through the energy of ascension, and that is where we need to raise our consciousness above the third dimension of ego, war, hatred, corruption, all the rest of it, and start to move into a higher level of consciousness of oneness and tolerance and unconditional love. My understanding of ascension is that the lower energies will always be on earth. We'll never get rid of them. But the more that people can raise their consciousness, we can actually live a life above all of that. Oh, Mitchell, that's a tough one. It's not on what I'm talking about, but if I get a chance, I'll pull a card for you at the end. But I'm trying not to do that for people, because once people start asking, I get overwhelmed. So if you would like a reading, it's best for you to contact me. Trust your gut on that one, though, I would say. Yes, I have read Many Lives, Many Masters, and I loved it. It's a great book, Beverly. I really I recommend it. It's great. So if you think of Steve Irwin, Bindi Irwin, Fred Hollows, Victor Chang, there are heaps and heaps of people who are doing amazing things for the world, who are well known, but there are heaps of masters too who are ordinary people who are just really making a difference to the lives of other people, and they're masters just as well. To be in mastery, though, you can be a master without actually stepping right into mastery. Mastery is where the world doesn't affect you anymore, and you can be an observer rather than a participant in all the drama going on. And Archangel Michael talks about living life every day as if you've got spirit on your shoulder, and being aware of yourself in spirit, and being aware of every word and every thought that comes out of your head, and aware that your actions affect others, and being conscious of clearing any negativity that you've got. When you're really conscious of everything, you're well on the way to mastery. So yeah, so but it's a work in progress, and it's about keeping yourself clear and keeping yourself healthy and all those kinds of things. I wanted to talk a little bit about God, or the Creator, because in the 7 planes of existence, the creator of all that is, or God, is the only plane that is unconditional. And so I always connect to the energy of the creator, because that will protect me from absorbing or trading energies with people. So the masters of light and the archangels on the upper 5th plane, all the other planes, there are 7 of them, but 6 of them, and there are lots of different levels and lots of different dimensions within each plane, work on a trading or even a sacrifice of energy. And I know I've talked about this before, but the masters will always talk about sacrifice, and they'll talk about the greater good, and that to sacrifice your energy is for the greater good. But that's like in an ant colony, and I've talked about that before. That's more or less what any insect colony is like. They work for the greater good, so they will sacrifice their energy, they will give their lives to save the tribe. Well, in the energy of the creator, we're all one. There's no sacrifice. The word sacrifice does not come into the vocabulary. We're all one and the same. We all deserve the same, whether we're the queen or the chimney sweep. That is why it's such a good idea to connect to the light of the creator. And it's nothing to do with religion. I'm not talking about religion here. I asked Creator once, tell me about religion. And he said, religion is a man-made request. And so the Bible is a living energy, and there is plenty that we can learn from religion too, but it's also quite limiting. And the Creator's love is unconditional, so there's no wrath of God. The Creator is just love and light. Creator is creation, and if we're all one and the same, then we're all co-creators. We create with every single thought. We are in charge of our own destiny. It's not what God has planned for us. It is what God is giving us the opportunity for if we decide to do it, because we all have free will. So we create with every decision. We accept or reject opportunity with every decision that we make. And on our belief system of whether we believe that it's possible to be abundant, say. And I did some work on myself on that regard last night, because I really have never believed that I could be wealthy, or that I could win Tatsotto or have abundance. I've always had the experience of lack, so that's in my belief system. So it's about changing all that to believe that you can be abundant, that you can manifest what you want. And so in the energy of the Creator, there are no conditions. I also wanted to talk about the 12 rays, and move into the circles of light and the masters. Hi, Tracy. What happens if you're doing something good but nothing good is happening back to you? That's a multi kind of level question. It depends. And I will actually channel the answer to that for you in a sec. Okay, Mitchell. It depends if you're expecting things to happen. Creator said expectation reaps no reward. So it's about we become more abundant and more in divine flow, so I've been taught. If we give with no expectation, we give from our heart, and then we just let it go, and we do it because we want to do it. But also, if nothing good is coming back, it's what are we projecting, and it comes back to the law of attraction a little bit. It also comes back to the lessons that we've chosen to learn, and sometimes we can be stuck in cycles or contracts that will keep us learning lessons that we've already learned and we don't need to learn anymore. Sometimes it's got to do with karmic stuff. So that's where I say it's a multi-level kind of question, asking Creator about that. It's more to do with the belief system and also the energy that you're holding if you're not able to forgive the past, or if there's a lot of negative energy from the past that you're still holding, then that does block good things coming in, because people will pick that up energetically. So holding on to past things, trauma, negativity, will actually, even though you're doing good things, it's a blocker to that coming back. And it should come back to you, because what we give out comes back to us. So if you're doing good things but you're still holding negative, toxic emotions or lots of trauma, then that's what needs to go first. That's the answer to that question, Mitchell. I hope that helps. Okay, so everything to do with creation is 12. Okay, so we talk about 12 chakras, but actually there are 7 chakras, but there are 12 chakras. There are 12 rays. There are 12 aspects and virtues of the Creator or of creation. Every circle of masters is 12. When our light body comes in, we're in a 12-pointed diamond. If you're on the crystalline grid, each vortex is 12, has 12 points. Thank you, Tracy. 12 is the number of creation. And so if we're talking about the chakras, then each chakra is attached to a ray, and each ray has an archangel and a master of light attached to them, and not necessarily in order though. So the 5th ray is not necessarily the 5th chakra. The rays kind of so the first ray is the base chakra. It's Archangel Michael, and we talk about the throat chakra being Archangel Michael. But so I just want to talk to you first of all about the 12 rays, or actually the 12 virtues and aspects and virtues and attributes of the Mother, Father, God, which is creation, the light of creation. So the rays of aspect, the first ray is of divine will, power, purpose and protection. So if that's what you need, you call in the masters to do with the master and archangel to do with that ray. And I'll go back to them in a minute. The second ray, wisdom, illumination and karma. The third ray is creative. The third ray of aspect is creative intelligence, tolerance and unity. And the fourth, and they're the 3 rays of aspect. The rays of attribute, the fourth ray is harmony, beauty, art and humility. The 5th ray is concrete science, knowledge and healing. The 6th ray is devotion, mercy, worship, grace and forgiveness. And the 7th ray is ceremonial order, the violet flame of transmutation, freedom and purification. Now they're all attributes and aspects of our soul and of our personality. And so if we're out of balance, then we're likely to be missing one of those aspects or attributes of creation, remembering that we're one with the Creator. So I'm going to now, so I'm using this book again, love this book, Scripting Your Destiny. And I'll just talk to you a little bit about who are the 7 rays, the first ray, which is divine will, is Archangel Michael and our key of faith. So we all have masculine and feminine sides, and so do the masters and the archangels. And the ascended master to do with the first ray is El Moira. So if you're having trouble with divine will, or not standing in your power, lacking purpose, or not feeling protected, then I'd be calling on Archangel Michael and El Moira for some healing on that one. Ray 2 is Archangel Jophiel, Lady Constance, and Master Katumi. Such a powerful master. Katumi is amazing. And that aspect is wisdom, illumination, and karma. So if you're having karmic trouble, I'd be calling on Master Katumi to help you with that one. The third aspect, ray of aspect, is Archangel Camiel. Sometimes we say Shamuel, and Lady Charity, and the master is Serapis Bey. And remembering that that is creative intelligence, tolerance, and unity. So you can see that these masters and archangels are just amazing, and they have their attachment to the ray then is actually an aspect or an attribute of creation that we can use them to put us back into balance with. And then the rays of attribute. The fourth ray is Archangel Gabriel and Lady Hope and Paul the Venetian. And the attributes there are harmony, beauty, art, and humility. The fifth ray is Archangel Raphael, so it's healing and scientific knowledge and concrete science. And Lady Mary, so Mother Mary is actually Lady Mary. Mother Mary is an archangel as well, and the Ascended Master is Hilarion. So the sixth ray is Uriel, and that is devotion, mercy, worship, grace, and forgiveness. Archangel Uriel is a beautiful archangel. Lady Grace. And isn't that beautiful? Because one of the attributes is grace, and the Ascended Masters are Lord Sananda and Lady Nada. And then the seventh ray is Archangel Zadkiel, Holy Amethyst, and Saint Germain, because they're the keepers of the violet flame, of transmutation, that beautiful colour there of the crown as well. And work on transmuting all negativity to love, freedom, and purification. So that's a little bit on the rays and the masters and the archangels that go with them. So you can see that working with the archangels has a lot more to do with just doing readings and healings and things. It really is about helping to balance out our aspects and attributes to become one with the Creator. We are one already, but to actually bring us back to that consciousness of oneness. And so there are 12 tribes, surprise, surprise, 12 tribes of creation. And the major one is the Masters of the Brotherhood of Light. They're called the Cosmic Council. And they're the ones that I met straight away, even before I did any training in any certification of any course. And Archangel Michael was flashing blue on my glasses way before I knew he was there. Of course I wasn't taking any notice of that, I had no idea. So the Masters of the Cosmic Council are the major ones who are working for the planet to bring in ascension and to help people to raise their consciousness. And this Mary Magdalene, Lady Faith, Archangel Michael, Jesus, Saint Germain, Lord Melchizedek, Metatron, there are 12 of them. And they are amazing, and I call them in all the time. Tend to work more with Creator and Archangel Michael now, but the Masters of 12 will be, you're welcome Mitchell, will be with you. Sorry, how would you know if one of the 12 are looking over you? Good question. So they tend to be with you. That was going to be my next thing. It depends on your level of awareness, and it depends on how enlightened you are already, and what your lessons are, and whether you're actually a master incarnate and all these things. So the masters, there are different councils, and so he talks about here the co-created council of 12, the Elohim council, the co-created gods, the lords of light, the archangelic and angelic realm, and then it goes on to others. So we'll do a meditation for it, but chances are if you've got one of the archangels or masters of the, well, if you've got one of them, you've got all of them, okay? And then there are different orders. It's very complicated, but Lord Melchizedek is in that Council of 12, the Great Brotherhood, but there is an order of masters called the Order of Melchizedek, and so he works with people who have been in that order of mastery for a long time. And I'm sure there are other orders that I don't know about. But I started working with people and running my own courses several years ago. And I just got a group together, and I had 10 participants, which was fantastic. And I was doing some writing one day, and then the lights flickered, and I tuned in, and there were 6 masters in the kitchen and 6 masters on the other side, and they weren't the Cosmic Council, they were the Lords of Light, or the Circle of Illumination, they called themselves, the masters of the Circle of Light. And they are working with people that I am tutoring. So they come in for my students when I'm tutoring, and they came in to introduce themselves, and many of them most of them are from the Cosmic Council, just in a different form. So Saint Germain is there, but he's in the Council of the Circle of Illumination as Christopher Columbus. Archangel Michael's there, but he's there as Lady Faith. So they're just there in different forms. And there's Master Demetrius, which is the one that I always meet. He seems to be the leader of the Circle of Light. And Master Laurie Ellis, and there are 12 of them. Buddha, he's a different form of Jesus. So the masters, their energies are there, just in a different form, for people whose energies are still rising. So depending on your consciousness and your awareness and the level of light in your chakras, will depend on the form that the masters take who are with you, and then it changes as you become more spiritually aware and developed. So that was pretty amazing, and they're a teaching circle. So whereas the masters in the form of the Cosmic Council are a full-on working circle. They're just working for the planet. They are working through us, through people like me, to just send energy to the planet, to help people shift their stuff, to, all those things that I do. But I'm working with both councils on different levels, and I feel very honoured about that. So how to invoke a master and an archangel? Just ask them. Doreen Virtue has this amazing book, and I've decided to keep this in my room because I'm always wanting to look masters and archangels up for people. Gives a really good guide, and she has an invocation for each master at the end. You don't need that. You just just call in Archangel Michael. Can you help me? If I'm having trouble with a jar, I'll ask him because he's really strong. You just ask. We have free will, and not even God, the Creator, can step in and help us unless we give permission. And that is why so many bad things happen in the world, because people have decided to do it and don't give permission for intervention of good. They choose bad, so they do that, and that's their choice. And so no one can intervene on someone's free will. So we've got to be really careful about working with the masters and Creator, that we are actually, we have pure intentions, and that we are wanting it for the highest and best of everybody, but also for our highest and best, so that what comes back to us then is of good intention as well. So if we're wishing harm on someone, then that will come back on us. So you've got to be really careful the way you work with them as well. So I think the first thing I'll do is to pull out some cards and to see who the masters are with, who's with us today, and what the messages are for the collective. And then we'll do a quick meditation. So just excuse me while I just dive in. Oh, there's my Ascended Masters cards. 1 second. So I've got the Ascended Masters cards, and I've got the Angel cards. You can see I've got them all over the place. This is a working room here. Okay, so the Archangels first. I'm asking now, so you've got to be really specific what you ask for. And Mitchell Still, how would you know if one of the 12 are looking over you? Pull some cards. You could ask if you have Archangel cards, Master cards. You can ask them to show themselves through the cards. If you're always seeing a colour, then you look up that colour and see which Master or Archangel is, or which ray is associated with that colour, and that will give you a good idea. If you're seeing symbols all the time, like crows and things, well, Archangel Sandalphon has a crow with him all the time. So there are different ways of doing that. Or you can go to someone like me who has the ability to actually see who's with you. But they'll always be trying to show themselves to you through signs and symbols. And it's just about noticing that there are signs and symbols around. Hi, Paulette. But let me just ask Archangel Michael for more helpful information. Meditate is another one, because I met Archangel Michael in meditation in the Angel's Garden, and he was the one who explained to me that the blue was him. So if you have the ability to see with your third eye, then that's a really good thing to do. If you don't, then sitting in the colour, looking up the colour, and then getting a feel for what the message is from the Archangel can help, can work. They'll just find other ways. You just start to see the Master or the Archangel everywhere. You might get lots of numbers, like so 333, 3 is Masters, 4 is Angels. So if you start seeing lots of numbers, then you just start to really meditate and give permission for them to show you who they are. Okay, so Archangel cards are great because if you really don't know, then you can just, grab some cards and just... So, we said before, you possibly have the whole kit and caboodle, like the whole 12 of them with you. You need to ask who your predominant Archangel guide is. Okay, so I'm asking today for the collective who the predominant Archangel Master is, who is working with us and who has a message for all of us in terms of our spiritual development and our psychic and spiritual abilities. Hi Gabby. Blue Sparkles is Michael, Archangel Michael. Yeah, as confirmation is angels and mine. I see blue sparkles all the time. That's why I wear so much blue. I also wear a lot of purple because of the violet flame of transmutation. Yeah, so, and it's more likely that Archangel Michael is showing you he's around. 11 all the time. You're on the right path. That's awesome. I have 1,111 likers on my Reaching Out Spiritual News page, and that hasn't changed for a while, so I think that's a message to me as well, that everything's going as it's meant to. So I just said it was master number on steroids, but it is master number. To have 4 numbers is like, yeah, amazing. Okay, concentrating on the message for the collective now. Asking the Archangel Master who's working with all of us today and who will be leading our meditation to show themselves through the cards for our highest and best with a message that is a positive message for all of us. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. That's a decree. Archangel Haniel. Wow. And it's also around the time of the full moon. So I'm going to look up, actually I'll tune into Archangel Haniel first because it's not an archangel that I work with a lot or at all, really. Gabby, I can't see. Wow. Well, 7 is a number of creation too, so that's pretty amazing. Yeah, master numbers are really exciting to be seeing. Okay, I'm tuning into Master Haniel, Archangel Haniel. In female, looks female. The full moon is a sign, it's the end of a cycle, and for many of you, you are at a crossroads or coming to the end of a time or a cycle in your lives, and it may seem unpleasant or it may be very tumultuous and leave you feeling ungrounded and uncertain, but know that new beginnings are a chance to change your mindset, change your life, and embrace the new within you. So this is all about letting go of the past, letting go of the old way of thinking, and embracing the challenge of bringing in new ideas, new thought patterns, new behaviours, new beliefs, new people, and it actually was a client that I was with just before this reading, has been thinking several years of moving from New South Wales down to Tasmania. And every time she's here, she never wants to go home. But it's just really taking that leap of faith of knowing that she would be happier here, even though her children and one grandchild is up there. And the whole reading just came out, you've got to go. I mean, this is just your opportunity to change your life and to be seriously happy. And she's been fighting it for years, but how amazing that she just found me while she's visiting right on the full moon, where everything has a chance now to actually, she has a chance to bring in the new and actually start that new cycle and just feel confident that it's the right thing to do. And I said to her, you know the answer, you know, but it's just taking that leap of faith. Hi Rhiannon, I see blue all the time. I also hear crows often. Yeah, no problem. So Archangel Haniel says, for a lot of you, this is about taking a leap of faith and taking notice of the signs and releasing things that aren't helping you anymore, even if it's a job or people or anything like that. So I'm just going to look up Haniel for you. So Haniel's name means glory of God or grace of God. She has a moon goddess energy, etheric, quiet, patient and mystical. How beautiful to have her. I'm very grateful. Haniel's wisdom comes from many eons of experience in working with humans. She helps us recover the lost secrets of natural healing remedies, especially involving the harnessing of the moon's energy in potions, powders and crystals. Haniel also helps us enjoy more grace in our lives. To add beauty, harmony and the company of wonderful friends to your life, call upon Haniel. This archangel will also help you stay poised and centered before and during any important event, such as a speech, performance, first date or a job interview. She says, yes, I'm patient with humanity because I can see all the good they've created. For every moment of intolerance, there are hundreds of deep kindnesses to overshadow the darkness. The light of humanity shines brighter today than ever. If you could see humanity from my point of view, you'd know why I have such deep regard and love for you all. I'm happy to help in whatever cause advances humanity above the din of clashing egos and elevates you to the level from which you have come, God's grace and eternal beauty. So she helps with grace, bringing it into our lives, healing abilities, moon energy, poise, psychic abilities, especially clairvoyance. Good to know. So that is awesome. So we've got Haniel there that we're going to use in our meditation today. It is a beautiful card. Yes, Gabby, grace. So, and I saw her as female, so that is why she is here. Fantastic, beautiful. And the Ascended Master, who's also working alongside her today. For our highest and best. This is not one that I actually know. Paramahansa Yogananda. I don't know if you know this master, but I will contact him now and channel his message. He looks Very peaceful, calm. He looks Indian or of that origin. Yogananda. I apologise for the building works noise. Nothing I can do about that. He says, may grace be with us all. He brings us peace, unity, and humility. He's got a really beautiful calm energy, very similar to Haniel's. I'm going to look him up in the book. Choose peace. So the message is peace, and he said he brings us peace. So I'm going to look that up. Choose peace. Sorry, having trouble with my alphabetical order. Here we are. In any situation, choose the path of peace. As you think about your various options and possible outcomes, which brings the greatest feeling of peace to your body and mind? This is your answer. And so with Haniel, who is helping us to move out of a cycle and to create the new, then Paramahansa Yogananda is helping us to choose peace and love, to resolve any conflict or anything else that's going on with leaving the past behind. Listen to your heart's truth. There is always a peaceful alternative to conflict. Your peacefulness elevates your energy and helps you to manifest your desires. Meditate and do yoga as a way of attaining inner peace. Wow, how beautiful. Okay, very into yoga he was. So, surrender, that's right. We can't be in divine flow if we're fighting against things all the time. My client that I was talking about before has been fighting this urge to come and live in Tasmania for years. But the reading just helped give her absolute confirmation that this is what is for her highest and best. Okay, I'm going to just have a drink of water. We need to be hydrated. Okay. So, we're going to call in Archangel Haniel and Paramahansa Yogananda to help bring us back into balance and to clear the energy, any energy that could be blocking us from moving forward. Okay, yes, very much so, Rhiannon. All right, so take 3 breaths. And I'm also going to call in the Masters of the Cosmic Council and the Masters of the Circle of Light to be with us all today to help to keep us safe and protected while we are doing this meditation. And I call forward Archangel Haniel and Paramahansa Yogananda to help me to bring in this meditation for you all to help clear any blockages of the past so that you can move forwards from the crossroads in your life with grace, ease and humility in the highest and best way. Through the energy of the Creator of all that is, and bringing light and love to you all. Centering your energy in your heart space now and feeling that love and light come in through your crown or through your heart space, helping to ground and center you. Continue breathing in and out till it gets to a nice regular rhythm. Concentrate on relaxing your body. Be present in the space. Yogananda is holding the space while Archangel Haniel shines her energy upon all of you. She says, focus on the moon, on the full moon. Focus on the light of the full moon and see it as completion. Everything that has been, that needs to come to an end, has the opportunity to be completed now. Give thanks for the lessons that the experiences of the past have taught you, and release them all into the full moon now. Release any negative feelings, any regrets, any grudges, any attachments to people or things that you need to release and let go of. Allow the full moon to absorb them and release them into the Creator's light. And now see the full moon change into a new moon. Just a slither of light is a new beginning. Allow yourself to surrender and accept the changes that must happen in order for you to move forward in whatever situation you find yourself in, where a decision has needed to be made, or where relationships have become frayed, or a work situation has not worked out. Allow yourself now to embrace the changes, to bring in the new beginnings that lead to a better life and outcome for you. Give thanks for all that you have, for the opportunity to release and let go, for the opportunity to embrace change, even if it's unknown. I, Archangel Haniel, bestow upon you the blessings of the universe, the blessings of the Creator. As I give you a ball of light, hold this ball of light in your hands and see the new and put your love and thanks and gratitude into this new beginning. And as you place your hands on your heart space and bring the new beginning into your heart space, feel the energy of it. Don't worry about it, don't think about it. Just feel in this new beginning, this new change. Whether it's right for you or not. Know whether this leap of faith is right for you or not. You know what to do. The path is before you. See yourself on the path, one you have chosen, one that you trust. Even though it may be unknown, it is known to you. You know what to do and where you must go. Give thanks for it. Believe it can be so. And then release it as light and love out to the universe. And know that it will be. And now Yogananda steps forward and says, bring yourself back to center. Put your hands in a prayer position and allow the light and love of creation to wash through you as you give thanks and love and blessings to Mother Earth, to the Creator, for the love in your life, for the opportunities to embrace the new. And breathe into your center, your new purpose, your new direction, your new certainty. And so it is. Wow. That's awesome. I really felt that, just the strength of that, of just bringing it all back to center, into your heart space, and knowing that the change is necessary. The cycle is complete, and that it all is as it should be. Take a breath, ground yourself, feel yourself present in the space. We thank Archangel Haniel and Master Yogananda for being with us today. And it's probably a good thing just to sit in the energy now. I probably won't rattle on for any longer. Just hope that's really helped you to feel a bit more focused, and also to understand more about the Masters and the Archangels and their energy, and also about the light of Creator and how we're all one. You're welcome, Paulette. No worries, Donna. So I'm going to finish now, and give you all thanks for being with me. I'm on holidays now for 2 weeks. Oh, Rachel says, oh wow, I felt a really intense pressure in my heart space, which seems to have subsided now. Yes, so that's beautiful. Probably had a healing, but maybe just sit in that energy for a little while and just breathe it in. You're welcome. Guys, my name is Victoria Cochrane. I'm on the northwest coast of Tasmania. I'm here in Wynyard, actually. You're welcome, Amanda. I am a psychic channel, spiritual healer, medium. I have a Facebook page, Reaching Out Spiritual News, a website, victoriacochrane.com, and I am going on holidays, but if you want to message me, please do. I know I'll get internet while I'm away, and I'll be back in action on Wednesday, July the 10th. And I will. Thank you very much, Lisa. Love to you all, and if you would like to get in contact with me, I am available this week for readings and healings. Otherwise, I'll see you in a fortnight. Lots of love, everyone. Bye for now.